Hello, this is Piedra Luna Tarot 808. I'm bringing today some philosophical tarot reading, but this time it's special, it's different because I'm trying to connect or to bring the philosophical wisdom of dogs, the best wisdom they can give us, because today is the dog day. So let me start. I want to make this video as short as I can. So the first message that I received, and I'm going to put the links to the decks that I use below so that this video is not too long. With these two cards, what I feel is dogs are telling me if we could talk with the Eight of Wands, our advice would be to be patient with the Seven of Pentacles. To be patient with yourselves, to be patient, just like dogs are saying, just like we are patient when we wait for you to come from when you got to get on the car and we have to wait, or you go to work or you go to do groceries, that sometimes you let us know where you're going. Sometimes you just say, be a good boy, be a good girl, we'll be back. And if we could talk, we would say, we understand and we're patiently waiting for you to come back. Then with these two cards, the advice that they're giving us is with the King of Swords. King of Swords obviously is the strategic of the deck, and a lot of thinking, a lot of head. And the Ace of Wands is about inspiration and it's about joy. So dogs are telling us we understand that you are always concerned about the family, about taking the best decisions and protecting the home and bringing in the food and the dog food and taking care of everything. But remember to have fun. Remember to have fun with us, to have time to walk with us, to play ball, and also remember to do things that make you have fun, whatever that may be. There's it's a reminder from the dogs of the importance of not, especially when we are being very stressed, remember to take time to have fun and do things that are out of our head and outside of our head and actually in our body. And actually that's great advice for people that are going through difficult times. Of course, you need to put your brain on a break. And the other wisdom that they're giving us is the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. With this, I feel they are saying we love to be with you when you work. I think a lot of dogs probably are feeling that from this big change of work from home. I can feel like the relief and the love that they feel, that they can be next to you. They can be next to us when we're working and they can be with us more hours. And they're also saying that just by being with us during the day, doing the daily things, the normal things, they just feel like a king or a queen. They feel like whenever they're taken into consideration for anything that you're doing during the daily, any daily chore, that they love it and that they feel that you're the richest king on the kingdom, regardless of your economical status. Is just a fact that you work with them, that you hang out with them, and they just love that. Then the other message that I received was that we're always going to be here to give you our unconditional love in a fun and innocent way, just like the Page of Cups. We're always going to bring that element of childlike loving innocence, and we're also going to make sure that we're an asset for the house. And that is why with the guitar, that's why we're always barking. And sometimes we understand that you might not like that, but we're barking because we're protecting, and we're making noise because we're protecting the home, because we're protecting your assets with the Page of Pentacles. Then here, once again, I mean, dogs are telling us we need to have more fun with them. And this is the great philosophical wisdom that they're giving us, and it makes a lot of sense. Here with the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands, it's about, or it's dogs telling us to remember to have fun and to put your burdens down. Especially when you're overburdened, it is when it is most important to have time to have fun, and especially if you have fun with us. And then for these two cards, the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, their wisdom on regards to how to take decisions. Well, the best decisions are taken in a way, and this is what I'm feeling like they're telling me, where there's, of course, mind. There's mind put in and thought put into having in the decision that you need to make, but it must also have a lot of passion and must have creativity, and it must make people feel excited. And of course, dogs would say whatever you do, make people feel excited, and that they're having fun, and the decisions make everybody feel included with the Four of Wands, where it feels like your decisions can be celebrated, or they can be celebrated in the best way possible. Even if sometimes you have to make difficult decisions, and they might not be for balloons and the orchestra, but and cake, but as long as you do it for the benefit of all, for the community, that's their best advice as a pack leader, of course, on how to make the best decisions. Then they're also telling us with this beautiful deck, which is they're upside down, of course, but let me put them here so you can see them, if I can get them to focus. Okay, so the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, they were in reverse, and for me this feels like they're telling us no matter what situation you're going financially, you're always our pack leader, because the King of Pentacles is a pack leader, just like at the end, because it makes sure the pack leader is not only about thought and about war, but mostly it has the patience to make decisions, or to make sure that their kingdom is well fed, which is of course a great recommendation from dogs. And they're saying that regardless of your financial situation, you will always be a great provider for them. They will always see you in the eyes of like a great leader, and that you don't have to worry, because this is the Nine of Swords. Is of course like having nightmares and anxiety or depression, or being overwhelmed by our thoughts, especially at night. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling that at night we're having trouble getting to sleep because there's so much going on, the whole planet and our personal lives. And the upside down is telling us that things will pass, this too shall pass, and that they notice that we are in that position that we're tense. And of course that makes a lot of sense, because of course you can have many therapy emotional dogs, but the best ones are by excellence are dogs, right? This deck was made, actually all of the dogs in this deck are actual emotional therapy dogs. It's a beautiful deck, and there's still some copies out there, and some of the donations, some of the profit from the deck is going to be donated to emotional therapy dogs. So it's a beautiful thing. So I feel it's even a more powerful deck because it represents actual dogs. So what they're saying is that they're always going to stick with you through thick and thin, basically. And like, we will always love you here with the Three of Swords. We're always going to be friends. We're always going to be your best friend forever, never change. Our love for you is always going to be unconditional no matter what. Even if sometimes we don't know how to show love like humans. We have all of our being is about loving you and being with you and having good times. And you know you can count on us and being your best friend forever at all times. And they're also giving us here some advice, telling us that when we have situations where some cups are spilled, some things are not as we would like them to be, maybe there were some losses, some whatever happens, life hiccups, difficult life lessons. They're telling us to remember their wisdom, their spiritual tarot wisdom that they're passing through, or through the tarot cards, is that there's always a silver lining. There's always something left to be grateful for, even if we've lost some things in the way, and it's okay if we feel sad about the things that we lost. And some are saying, yes, we lose baseball balls, and we lose sometimes our favorite toys, and sometimes we lose our favorite and our most beloved friends. we don't see them anymore, or we move to another place. But there's still great things to be grateful for. There's still always something to be happy about, to wag your tail for, even in the hardest times. And then with the World card, they're giving me even a deeper, philosophical message that those difficult moments in our life are part of being in this planet, are part of the world, are part of the great plan, actually. Because the next card, they're part of our completion, of becoming complete as an energetical creature from the universe. And I was thinking, does it mean like because there's a plan to everything? And then I got more cards, and I got the Emperor, which when it feels philosophical, let me see if I can. When it feels philosophical, the reading, and sometimes I feel, for me, the Emperor, like this moment, it becomes the creator of the universe. And then I asked for a card, and to get more from Bible verses to see if my idea was right, that even the darkest moments, our difficult moments, they're all part of a plan. They're all part of the completion of our spirit, of our evolution. And I got to that idea because of the following this verse that says, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. And let me show you the astrological dies that I had here. Here we have 3, which is communication. So again, if we could talk, we will tell you with Cancer how much we love being at home with you, how much we love everything that home has to be about, from family, from the couch, from the running on the patio, from checking out who's coming on the neighborhood, on the windows. But they're also telling us that they also come to give us an important lesson with Pluto and the 8th house, and the 8th house being of Scorpio. That life is also about transformations and of cycles that end, and especially that they're connected in this way to show us, they're the first lesson that we receive, that we are finite. Usually our first brush with death is when our pets die when we're little, and they, in a way, they open the door for us to understand death as a cycle of life, and that it is a part of life, even though as hard as that may seem, and with the South Node, that there's, through those transformations, and sometimes it's not necessarily that's like the most radical, but in the sense of transformation through death, or transformation through birth, or just the cycles in our life that end abruptly, are part of those spiritual life lessons of going away from the cycles that we already learned and hopping into our next lessons. And then the last, I also had on the dice over here. Let's see if I okay, I do this the best way I can. Here with the numbers, I had 9 twice. We have 10 and we have 11, and that reminds me a lot of 9/11. Like them trying to say 9/11. We're always there to help you, and actually, if you check on the Bible verse, 9/11 is all about protection. And here with the tarot dice that I made, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is about giving and being compassionate, and the Knight of Cups. For me, that means we're going to give you our heart, and we're going to be our biggest supporter with the smallest kindness that you give us. And in that way, we're teaching you how to be kind, how much energy you get back from being kind, from doing the right thing. You get someone that's loyal to you because you saw their plight, you saw their difficulty, be it that it was a dog on the street, be it there was a cat that needed help, be it someone was hurting any of the neighborhood animals, and that you were compassionate and you know you had to do the right thing. Or maybe it was just giving food to people in need, to dogs in need, to shelters, or just the dog that you rescued. Just the amount of love that you feel, it was just a normal thing you did, for them is the world, and they're totally and absolutely in love with you because of that kindness, with the little kindness that you show them every day. So it's also a lesson for us. it's that we can reproduce in our current everyday life with the other humans that we share life with. And here with the Eight of Swords and the Priestess, for me, dogs, what I feel is that dogs are telling me, or the spirit of dogs, that remember to follow your intuition whenever you feel caught up in something, whenever you feel there's no way out. Close your eyes and remember to follow your instincts. And remember and that your instincts are connected to your heart. And never forget that you can always use your instincts to get out of places, that you still have that part of the animal that we share with dogs as well. Again, with the King of Cups is that absolute and unconditional love we will always receive from them, which is a repeating card from the other deck. And here with the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords means, for me, we're always going to protect you. We're always going to be the first one to bark at the speed of light if we see that anything is shady, that something is not right, including any friends or family members that come into the home. I hope you like that message from spiritual, philosophical message from dogs to us on their day. God bless dogs. And God bless you, of course.